gentlemen, welcome to the 10th Strikers Are Key draw of the 2020-21 season. The 10th Strikers Are Key draw, which means we're almost halfway through this season in Strikers Are Key draw terms. 19 games played now by the boys. Another terrific performance today. I hope everyone enjoyed it on the live stream as much as we all did here. Those of us who were privileged enough to be in the stadium today, what an extraordinary winning goal that was by Will Randall in the second half. And the good news is, of course, that whether he counts or not towards Strikers Are Key, that goal has to be in the pot in any event. The fact is that it does, and he's in, and that's another £50 to the safe contents today, ladies and gentlemen. More of that in a moment. So, without further ado, we are going to introduce our blue-jacketed friend to the proceedings this afternoon. Just before we get to that point, though, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. What happened in Strikers Are Key draw 9? A small reminder as my teeth are chattering here in the -5 degrees here at Gander Green Lane this afternoon. Well, let me tell you what happened in Strikers Are Key draw 9. Not a lot is the answer, because the safe was not opened by Mr. Rob Oakes on that particular occasion. Ball number 36, owned by the midfielders, syndicate leader Craig Eastman. They had to make do with the consolation prize on that particular occasion, which meant that the draw rolls over. So as a minimum for this afternoon, we had £750 in the safe. That has been enhanced by Tanto's wonderful take goal on Tuesday last week against Stockport up at Edgeley Park to secure the 3 points on that particular afternoon. And as just discussed, this afternoon's second goal, outrageous length of the field winner, as it turns out, by Will Randall. That's also in the pot. So we have £850 in the safe this afternoon, which one of you lucky syndicate holders may well win. We shall see. So before we do the draw, watch out in the news this week. Obviously, we've got another home game on Tuesday night scheduled against Dover Athletic, where the next Strikers Are Key draw will take place. We're all hoping that we have some sort of roadmap given to us all by Downing Street. I think that's on the 22nd, and that will obviously also impact, we hope, on what will happen with regards to attendances in stadiums and timelines on progress for all sorts of things in society, and obviously football will be a big part of that, and fingers crossed that will enable us all to get back together again sooner rather than later. Watch out also, of course, for the outcome of the National League resolutions that have been put in front of member clubs. You're all aware, I'm sure, having read all the news, that is something which is still out there. Clubs have until the end of the month to respond. You're all aware of Sutton United's position on that. We await further guidance with regards to the outcome of all of those resolutions. We would expect that to be in the course of the next few days, but certainly between now and the end of the month. So more news as soon as we have that, and watch out on the official website and social media channels for up-to-date, accurate information on that particular subject. So we now move on to the draw itself, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to introduce you to somebody who you may well know, another lifelong Sutton United fan turned club official this afternoon. Somebody who has been involved with the club for a very long time, but became the company secretary a few years ago, and then stepped into the not inconsiderable shoes of Ray Ward when he stepped down from the role of club secretary, on-sec if you like, last April. So just 12 months, or just less actually, into the role, I'm going to welcome to the Strikers Are Key stage somebody who, it's fair to say, would have liked to have had an introductory first year that was a little less turbulent than the one we've just had. But my goodness, what a baptism of fire this gentleman has had as on-sec for Sutton United Football Club, and an amazing job he does on everyone's behalf here. Quite the most extraordinary amount of work behind the scenes goes in for this role at the best of times. You can imagine, can't you, how that role has evolved and developed and been very demanding in the last 10, 11 months or so. So, donning the blue jacket this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me enormous pleasure to welcome to the Strikers Are Key stage no other than ONSEC Mr. Tim Allison. Tim,
hello.
Lovely to see you. Now, it was last April, was it not, that you...
It's less than a year, but it seems a lot longer than a year.
You didn't have grey hair when you first got the job.
Yeah, well, watching us sometimes in previous seasons, I think the grey hair started then. But yeah, this year has certainly been an interesting one. You know, I was promised a lot more football and a lot less admin, and hopefully seasons to come that will get redressed. But yeah.
A baptism of fire, it's fair to say.
It could well be described as thus, yes.
An amazing job that you do, and a very varied one, it has to be said. The demands that are obviously placed on ONSEC in any event are very multifarious and varied, but in the last 10 months in particular, this role is one that I don't envy you, and thank you very much for all that you do.
Well, it's quite handy this year, being thrown in the deep end, because when normality returns, it will feel like a breeze, I'm sure, and we can just enjoy the football and enjoy what's normal about running a football club. But yeah, this is certainly interesting.
But when you see the team putting in the performances that we are at the moment, Matt and Jason and that team, that's a special group of players, and another great win this afternoon.
Great group of players, management as well. But this, as you say, when you see someone run 80 yards with a ball at their feet,
So, sadly, ladies and gentlemen, it's at this point that the gremlins rather got into the system, and the freezing temperatures caused the audio to be disabled, which is a bit of a shame, actually, because Tim is about to give us some great insights into the work of an ONSEC at a football club. No 2 days are the same, it's fair to say, and would have been lovely to have heard from him. But suffice it to say, he's a busy man and he does a wonderful job, and we're all very grateful. Everyone at Sutton United is very grateful for all the work that Tim does on our behalf. So, a first for Strikers Are Key today, ladies and gentlemen, a retrospective talkover of the draw. You have the pictures but no sound, and now you have me instead on a Sunday morning without gold spangly jacket, although I might go and put it on, talking through the rest of the draw. And we're moving on to the bit where Tim picks a ball out of the purple velvet bag and shows to the camera, hopefully in a moment, the ball that he has selected. All 50 in there, rummaging around. An interesting technique from ONSEC today as he delves into the purple velvet bag. Which number is he going to pull out, ladies and gentlemen? Which number is it going to be? Here we go. It's a blue ball. He shows it to the camera. And ladies and gentlemen, I can confirm to you that that is ball number 2. Ball number 2, ladies and gentlemen, ONSEC has pulled out of the purple velvet bag. And I'm now consulting my sheet. And as I recall, in freezing temperatures, look at the state of my hands, they're shaking. I'm informing the great British public that ball number 2 is owned by the syndicate of the defenders and goalkeeper at Sutton United. Rather appropriate, wouldn't you say, ladies and gentlemen, after another clean sheet this afternoon. So Ben Goodliff, under normal circumstances, would have stood aboard the Strikers Are Key stage with the gold jacket on, this one, yes, and he would have plucked a key out of the green bag and tried to open the safe and potentially win his syndicate £850. And that job is now going to roll over to Tim Allison. He's checking the 4 keys are all in there. He knows that they all are. He's having a good old feel around to make sure that that's the case. And he's going to pluck one out. And there it is. So let me just take the bag and the other 3 keys just to make sure that all is well. And Tim, on Ben Goodliff's behalf, is about to try and open the safe and potentially win the defenders the £850. Moment of truth, moment of truth. And try to struggle, and he's only gone and done it, ladies and gentlemen. Well, how about that? Now, Tim Allison is a very well-known member of the team from the players' perspective, and he'll be even more popular this afternoon, having secured £850 for syndicate owners from ball number 2. That's the defenders, Ben Goodliff, and obviously Louis John Barden, Rob Milsom, Ben Wyatt, Dean Bazanis, plus whoever else they decide is going to be part of their team setup. They are going to be hugely delighted with OnSec Mr. Tim Allison. As I say, already a very popular member of the team with the players. He's going to be even more so this afternoon. Fabulous effort. There we go. £850, and somewhat appropriate, wouldn't you say, this afternoon? Another clean sheet earned by the defenders. On another long train of clean sheets, in actual fact, over the course of the last few weeks, Eastleigh and obviously up at Stockport and Torquay United, etc., etc. So quite appropriate that if a syndicate was going to win it this afternoon, it would be the defenders. And Mr. Tim Allison has indeed opened the safe on their behalf. Well, all that means is that when we come to Tuesday night for the game against Dover Athletic, we're going to be starting again, ladies and gentlemen, starting again with Strikers are Key draw number 11. Thank you, as always, for your ongoing support of this scheme and for your fantastic support of our great team and this club in general. We desperately miss your attendance here at the ground and really hope that will be sooner rather than later, that we can all be back together again and all be privileged to watch it. Thanks, Tim, for all your hard work this afternoon. Thanks for doing the draw today. And ladies and gentlemen, forever Amber.